Okay, it's recording.
So who is pumped up after that event?
Woo!
Can I get a woo? I'm forced, I can't do it very well. Oh my gosh. So basically, like, I wanted to come on and do a Zoom, like, just to recap everything that happened at this weekend's event. It was freaking crazy and amazing. Whoa, I don't know what that was.
Thank you.
If you're not muted, can you please mute your line, please? Drives me insane. I'm sorry, I couldn't start this from my computer today because my phone charge or my computer charger is lost in this crazy abyss of a dirty house right now because I need a maid really bad. So it's like somewhere, I just don't know where. Just go ahead, just tell them what. The first thing that we heard from basically was Kevin Thompson. You guys know our lawyer's name is Kevin Thompson, and he was there and he did like a good half an hour long presentation about the company and how he feels about it. So
yeah, so Kevin came on, and actually he first spoke to us in the pre-production meeting, and that's when we had it was a small meeting the day before the event, and we actually got to speak with him a little bit. And this guy is awesome.
Alrighty, I'll tell you.
Someone still needs to mute their line, please. For Brandy, can you mute everybody on your end? Can you do that?
I am muting people. I'm muting people right now. I've muted 6 so far.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm working on it.
Okay. Kevin was awesome. There's only 5 MLM attorneys, 5 attorneys that specialize in network marketing companies in the entire country, and he's one of them. And he is.
And the people
Why?
come on.
Not on video.
Brandy, can you find Ange and mute her, please? There. Oh, no. Or Ange, if you're listening, mute yourself. Sorry, guys. We normally have control of it on our computer. Don't. Okay, I think that happened. Sweet. Anyway, so as I was saying, well done, Brandy. Absolutely. So Kevin Thompson, there's only 5 MLM attorneys in the country, and it's funny because he kind of talked about how he got into that, but that's a whole other story. It isn't really relevant here, but it was a good story anyways. But and out of the 5, he is definitely the best. That's who the big billion-dollar companies go to, and we are very lucky to have him. He has a relationship with the owners that we have here at corporate, so that's why we were able to procure Kevin. And Kevin, I was really, really confident about where we were going as a company before, but after hearing from him directly, it really took it to a whole different level because there's always startup companies, right? In network marketing, there's always companies that pop up and then they, it's a big spark and stuff, and there's a lot of activity, and then they just kind of fade away and die away. But, what we have here is really special, and that's what Kevin was trying to convey to us, because first and foremost, he made it clear that he does not speak at company events. He represents lots of companies, and it's somewhat a conflict of interest, to where it might appear like he's more biased towards a certain company or whatever, and they all pay him well, so he doesn't even do that. He doesn't go there. But he said he felt compelled to speak at this event because for a few reasons. One, we're just launching. He said, and we really have something special here. He said he's never seen a company doing what we're doing with wine tasting before, and that first of all, that really grabbed his attention. And he was telling us, he said, look, we're a new company. There's going to be bumps and bruises, things that we all will have to be patient with. that's just unavoidable. He said, but you guys are really onto something here. And he was talking about how compliant we are as a company. And that holds a lot of weight coming from him. Because I assure you, even was speaking with him personally, he's not here to tickle our ears or tell us what we want to hear. He was there to tell us the truth as what we have here, what he's all excited about, and what he sees with this. And so he was giving it to us, straight up. And he is, like, one of the things he pointed out was, even though we're a young company, we already have like a 35% customer to distributor ratio. And that's really, really good. He said he's very happy to hear that. And the ultimate goal is to get up to 50%. He said at that point you will be untouchable by the FTC in regards to things. But even at 35%, he said you're above where you need to be right now this early on. Whenever a company does launch, just like we're launching right now, it's always recruitment heavy at the beginning because people are establishing themselves or building their teams and things like that. So it's always, the numbers are always a little skewed at the beginning in terms of recruitment versus customer acquisition. But even at 35%, he said that is crazy high right now, and we are definitely on pace to be at 50% soon as far as a customer to rep ratio. And me and Sherry was just talking about this because we get the emails. How it says your notification is growing. Well, we get it for the whole team, so we're always overwhelmed with emails, and we're seeing, customer to biz partner ratio.
Yeah, there's like a list of 10 customers
per email,
and then like 10 reps. Like, so it's like
people are getting customers.
Even like people are gaining customers.
You guys are kicking ass with getting customers.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're doing it, but you are. That's the truth. But anyways,
he loves everything that we have is only going to help our customer ratio because we're going to have customers getting customers, which is crazy.
Right. Yeah,
not only are we going to be getting customers, the customers are going to be getting customers. So it might even be customer heavy, like
right.
in a few years, like
right.
just mostly customers, and what I mean?
Which is great for us.
Yeah.
But Kevin was so impressed with what we're doing that when he found out that corporate had wanted to launch into the UK, he volunteered himself, and he's like, I want to quarterback that for you guys. I want to take control of that expansion in the UK. So that is really exciting because if we can have Kevin Thompson leading the way into our UK expansion, we are, that's what we need.
Yes.
We need a heavy hitter like that to lead that way, and that's exactly what we have. And what else can I say about
that dude named TJ? Is that his name? Who's launching?
Yeah,
UK?
yeah.
Yeah, we met the guy that's actually in charge of the UK launch.
Right. Like the UK liaison
we
for
went
the company.
We went to lunch with them. Like, we're like overwhelmed with like, whoa, there's like millions of dollars at this table.
Right.
It was crazy. But we went to lunch with them, and he's like, we don't have, I hate to say, we don't have a date yet. They didn't give us an exact launch date, but they said that the UK is coming
Imminently.
very soon, like imminently.
Yeah.
Canada, I wanted to touch a little bit on Canada because we didn't really find out too much about Canada except for that it's difficult to get any sort of business into Canada, as most of us know from our last company. It took like 10 years.
Well, yeah. Can we say what David said?
Yeah. We did talk to David.
I think we can say
privately.
This. But he said that the FTC said we're going Canada. We're good to go. We have all the licensing and everything that we need. He says they just want $50,000 from the company to make it happen. So go figure, right?
money.
Well, it's not officially launched in the UK yet.
No.
It's not official yet. I know that there's some people in the UK in, just like there's some people in Canada that's in. But none of that's official yet. But there's employee identification numbers and things like that. People are really being creative and working around it and just finding a way to make it happen.
The people that are signed up in the UK are not getting their wine because you cannot ship wine like you can, but we don't have a way yet to ship the wine overseas without it costing like $500 from Shop to My Door or something like
Right.
that. Like, it's insane. The price is insane. So,
But here's the bottom line with the UK and Canada. Both are happening for sure. UK is happening first, and it's happening very soon. Canada is also happening. It's just a matter of the timing. The executives of corporate, they're talking that out amongst themselves, like, when would it be cost effective for us to pay that money and, you know, to actually make that move. So they're talking those things out right now. David DeStefano, the founder of this company, he wants to do it like yesterday. He's all about expanding to Canada right away. And I know PJ is all about it too. The CEO, he's always the conservative one of the group, and he's just like, oh, you know, maybe the timing's not right. Maybe we should wait till later this year. So they're having those internal discussions, but I know they're pulling for us to get there sooner rather than later, David and PJ and things like that. So it's done as far as the technicality of it. We're going to be able to do it, and we're going to do it. It's just a matter of the timing. That's the only thing we're unclear of. So that's that. And the bus tour. Let's talk about that now. So anyway, we were talking about after launch, like what's going to change after launch, right? We've been talking about pre-launch for all this time. Well, what's going to change after launch? One of the things is, you know, I was always telling people that direct sellers is going to become very visible to the masses. You want to get yourself positioned, you know, prior to launch, so that as people are joining this team, they're joining with you instead of someone else. So you want to establish yourself with direct sellers as soon as possible. Well, the first thing that they're doing in order to really get themselves out there in the public eye and to become very visible is something called a bus tour. And I'll go ahead and let Sherry talk about that.
yes, they said there's going to be up to 3 buses eventually, but right now they're rolling out, just this month, right?
Yeah, DC1.
They call it DC1. So it's actually, they run it out like
Greyhound buses.
I think they bought the bus, actually. I think they bought it.
Right.
They bought a huge Greyhound bus, and it's going to have, like, they said, like, drop down, like, computers and stuff to where you can actually, like, have a mobile wine tasting. People are just going to be coming up to the bus, like, you know.
What's this?
Like, what is direct sellers? And they can actually, like, sign up right on the spot. If you see the bus in your town, like, hey, come see this. Like, this is really cool. Or you can actually, like, they'll actually be attending wine tastings with the bus too, like different wine tastings around the country. The bus will pull up. It's going to be all wrapped in like DC logos and like big direct sellers on the side. So, and that's PJ's baby. That just shows you, like, he's creative. He's a genius. Like, he's just doing, like, how he was thinking, how can we get the word out, you know, in the public, not over, you know, not on the computer, you know, not through just advertising, but actual, like, you know, driving through the country and meeting people. And it's almost like a mobile event.
Right.
Almost.
Yeah. I mean, wine's a social business. We need to be out there in the public eye, and that's exactly what corporate's doing.
Right.
So,
and he is like, PJ is a fan of events. That's how he's built his other companies. So he knows that events are where it's at. And that's why we're having 2 events per year, which leads me right into our next event is in either September or October. I'm not sure what month yet, but I'm kind of hoping for September because the sooner the better for one thing, and October is really busy for me. But so hopefully September, but it's going to be in New York City, if you guys haven't heard yet. And they plan on having probably about 7,000 people at the next event. So they said that they're either going to rent out Radio City Music Hall or Madison Square Gardens for this event. So it's really going to be freaking amazing. I've always wanted to go to New York, so I'm so excited about that. Hi, Carla. I seen your name just popped up. So I think that. And what else? I'm missing.
Then, as far as they laid out a 3-year plan for us. They were really showing us where they were taking this company, the things that they want to do. And so next year, 2018. Okay, so we got New York this fall. Next year, 2018, we are going to Cancun for a company event. So come on, Cancun, I love it. So we're going to have so much fun. I don't know exactly where it's going to be at Cancun yet. They didn't announce. but get your passports. Go ahead and start working on that. And then also next year they are renting out an entire ship for Royal Caribbean, and I believe that's in the fall of 2018. And it's going to be a Caribbean cruise for that one. And then in 2019, we are having an event.
And the end of 2018. Oh no, 2019 was Orlando, Florida.
Right. 2019, we're having an event in Orlando, Florida. And then later that year, we're renting another cruise ship. Actually, they're renting 2 cruise ships out. We're going together because there's going to be so many of us. And we are doing a Mediterranean cruise. So we can tour the different places in Italy and the different wineries and things like that. So that'll be unique. And we're going to our own private island to where they're renting the island for us for the 2 cruise ships. So we are going to have a blast. And then in 2020, we're back in Vegas. They said that they're looking at a venue already for 3 years from now in Vegas. And they actually said, you know, the NFL was moving a team to Las Vegas. Stadium will be built by then.
Yep.
And their goal is to sell out this 50 to 70,000 seating capacity with direct sellers members there at the event. So
now at that event, won't you be happy your founders?
right.
You can get in early and cut the lines.
Exactly. So they have a 3-year plan laid out. Kevin Thompson is completely confident with where we're going. He's super excited for us. And we were even talking to him after the event. And first of all, let me say, this guy looks like Superman. He's like 6'8". I don't know what he is. He's like so tall and didn't shoot. He was a decathlete. He did decathlons in college and all those things. But he does. He looks like Clark Kent. You know, if you threw a cape on him, it would definitely pass. But he's awesome. Super nice guy. Yeah, super nice guy, and you know, extremely intelligent, and he is just pumped for what we're doing here. So, but anyway, that 3-year plan. You know, there was so much announcements and everything that it's impossible to try to verbalize all that to you with the correct excitement and with the correct clarity as it was given there. You know, we're just trying to give you some nutshell points here. But something else they're doing is coming out with a Prosecco line, and we happen to have a bottle of it right here. It's an Italian Prosecco. I know it's probably backwards in your screen and everything like that, but it's sparkling white wine. Not champagne, sparkling white wine.
Yeah, I thought it was champagne, but it's not. It's sparkling white wine.
And it's people love Prosecco. They're, you know, huge fans of Prosecco, and the fact that we're adding this to our line is incredible. And we already drank one bottle, and it's fantastic. I won't say where because that was totally inappropriate. but we drank a bottle of that last night, and we had a ball.
We're horrible parents.
We are.
Let's
we're
put
back.
it that way.
But yeah, so we, you know, so the addition of the Prosecco line is important. The rep for that Prosecco, what is it, winery or whatever from Italy was there also.
He was?
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, he was.
Where?
You must have missed it. He was there, I promise.
Did anybody else meet him?
He was there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And
why was he there? Because he's so excited?
Just because we're adding his line to our Rockstar company, and we're going to be moving lots of product for him. So what else?
Okay, questions. Hit me. Unmute yourself.
Don't forget about the customer acquisition thing that's coming out too. That other website.
There's a website.
They're coming out with that. I think it's being released next week. They're coming out with that other.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I might have been backstage when they announced that. I don't know.
They're coming out. No, I heard that. They're coming out with a website just for customers. Like if you wanted to send someone the ability to sign up as a customer, that way they're not seeing this distributor stuff and think that I gotta sign up. That I don't want all this. That way simplicity is less confusion. So. It's a way, if you know someone's just going to be a customer, that's your angle with them, you can send them your own website that will give you credit when they sign up, but it'll be an additional marketing website that you have, and it's just for customers. They cannot sign up as a distributor from there, nor will they see any distributor options from that website.
They said like 5 to 7 days it would be up.
Yeah.
I was expecting probably early next week.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Well, whenever it is, it's going to be soon. We're going to have
Oh, yeah, mydcwineclub.com.
Yep, that's correct.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So that's happening. What else?
Hey,
To,
Sherry, do you guys need, in order to get the Prosecco in our box, do we have to be signed up for white and red, or?
I would presume,
I
because
would
Prosecco is white, I can't
Right.
imagine if you chose all red that they would throw in a white Prosecco. But
Right.
so I would just guess that. But
I'm changing.
right. But
I
yeah,
think everybody's going to change now.
none of that is, they haven't given any details in terms of how that's being ordered, the logistics of any of that or whatever. So
There's no such thing as red Prosecco.
I don't know.
Is there?
No, there's not gonna be any red Prosecco at all.
There's
Okay,
red,
I didn't
there's
know. I
sparkling-
don't know why. I'm wine stupid. I'm
Right.
No,
stupid.
there's sparkling Shiraz and things like that, but this isn't
Oh.
one of those.
Yeah,
so-
look,
So it's just white.
little education on the champagne. Champagne is French, and the French are the snobs. I used to live there. You can only call something champagne that comes from the Champagne region. So everything else has to be sparkling wine. So the damn French have to take it.
Right.
But to piggyback on Derek's man crush on the lawyer Kevin Thompson.
Yeah.
I've been working on a rock star in the industry, MLM. He kind of retired and he's coming out. He's on our team now, being a little bit quiet. He's going to come out. But I told him about Kevin Thompson, and he goes, "Oh my God, you have to be kidding me!" I'm like, "Why? You know him?" Because everybody knows him in the industry. So he wasn't in wine. He wasn't in our previous business at all. Didn't know about it. But even in all the companies that he's been in, it's like Kevin Thompson. He's like awesome. He's all on board. So we have a really good guy from someone outside of all our businesses. So
Yes, we do.
Yeah, people that are in the know with direct sales and stuff, they know who Kevin Thompson is.
Yep.
So I knew who he was prior to this company.
Andy
But-
Luckman.
Most people that do this kind of thing full time, or I didn't hear you, Eric. What? Sorry, he said something. But
He's probably said sure he did.
right, probably. But yeah, he's the fact that he's with us, it just can't be overstated. It is a really big deal. It's a really big deal. There's so many companies that would do anything to be represented by him, because that adds and lends so much instant credibility when you're talking to people. The fact that we have him, and the truth of the matter is, we're dealing with alcohol here. We need the best of the best. We're not just slinging lipstick or whatever. We are dealing with alcohol. We need good representation, and you just can't get any better than Kevin. Okay, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I didn't see the
Okay,
quickest.
more questions. Nicole, just speak, because I can't read what you're
No,
saying.
I was responding to somebody else, but I said one of the only things that I was really hoping that they were going to say something about that infamous number one question all the time that everybody asks is if they'll ever be able to reorder favorites, and I didn't hear anything about that.
No, well,
Yeah.
it's not happening right now. It's just not. We're too young. There's too much stuff going on. We're still trying to build, the bare
Foundation,
bones
right.
of this business, and they can't be doing too much stuff at once. Otherwise, it's just, if you're trying to do too many things at once, it's just gonna, it'll crumble on itself. So they have to be patient, and you can just keep telling people that it's coming, because it is. I just don't know when.
Right.
So we're just gonna have to be patient. That's one of the drawbacks of being in a company early, is we don't know when things are going to happen or what's coming and all that stuff. So
Right.
it's just one of those things that we need to wait, and just, you definitely can tell people it's coming, but we just have no clue when at all. So
Right, and plus that that was never high up on their priority list to begin with.
no, they
because
didn't even want to do
They
it.
didn't want to do it. They specifically said, we don't want to be an online liquor store. Someone
Right.
wants to buy something specifically, go to your store and buy it. Have at it. We are a tasting club. That's always been the culture they wanted to do. But they are acquiescing due to popular demand. That's just not on their radar yet. They haven't, taken care of that
I feel like a smoker.
yet.
I asked in the comments, I know the answer already, but it's a question I've been getting a lot. They made no announcement of comp plan changes or rank requirement changes, correct?
Right.
None.
Not right now. We're too young, and they said that it does not need to be changed right now. So when Kevin Thompson says, okay, time to change things, then we'll change. But until that happens, we're not doing it apparently. So we were told, at launch, the volume requirements were going to kick in as far as rank and the customer requirements and stuff like that. But apparently Kevin thinks that we do not have to do that yet, that we're still okay. And we'll do it when we have to, but not until we have to. So.
And that's an amazing thing.
I know.
Yeah.
Makes it better for everybody right now.
Our comp plan is just sick. We don't want to change.
No.
It's ridiculous. So
Well, not to mention that because we aren't an online liquor store, these small batch wineries are only making small batches. So
Right.
what we could get next year or 3 years from now is never going to be the same as it is today. And that's
Right.
I think it's a good idea that we don't do that because
Right.
of that reason,
Yeah. And you know what? It'll just be available for reorder until it's gone. And then it's going to say not available or out of stock or whatever when you try to go in and reorder it. So that's just something that people are going to have to deal with because it is small batch. That's what we're known for. And yeah, we can't be expected to fulfill, if 10,000 reps all want a case of this one wine because it was so delicious, well, they're not going to have enough for everybody because it's small batch.
right.
So I'm sure we'll have people mad about that in the future when people want to go and reorder and it's out of stock. Well, sorry, it's small batch. I don't know what to tell you. So
Right.
we'll see. We'll see what happens with that.
So who here was at the Vegas event that would like to speak up for a minute and just say what you, some takeaways that you got from it?
I want to know what you guys thought.
Danielle, you look like you're right on the screen. So why don't you start? Any takeaways? I don't have to put you on the spot, but to put you on the spot.
This was, you just were talking about the 50,000 people selling out the 50,000 people stadium, but I don't think there's ever going to be anything that compared to this weekend. It was so just perfect. Everything was perfect, even when things were perfect, because the realness of the company, the realness of the mistakes that were made during the presentation, it was like nobody cared because it was just everything was so amazing. And the speakers were I have so many notes about just the things that people said and they're like slam home, like Matt Morrow saying, just get after it. Who cares what's going on? Just get after it. And MJ Worthmore, who said, the thing that sticks with me the most is when he said, you have permission to be free. And that's so true. And so many people don't feel that way.
Right.
Story and feeling, and him saying that with so much conviction and just the power that he said it with. I was in tears, as I'm sure the entire arena was in tears. So it was just an amazing event, and I'm so sorry for anybody who had to miss it because it was just it was beautiful. The whole thing.
It's never gonna be small and like intimate.
Yeah.
Really intimate. It felt like we were all family, like, we're all friends, and everybody knew, basically knew each other, like, so.
I think we had 400 of the Wine Warriors. There was 1,200 people there all together, and 1/3 of them was this team, so we represented.
Yeah.
And, it was just incredible. And not to mention, 5 of the top 12 income earners were from this team.
Yeah.
So,
amazing.
We seriously have something going on here. When we talk about duplication and the files we have on our team page and all of these things, they are working. People are becoming profitable, and all that is duplicating. Our team's growing so fast. We do have the fastest growing team in the entire company right now, and that was verified.
And they did say that if the event would have been 1 week later, Austin would have been the #1 income earner.
Wow.
Instead of Matt Morrow. So
yeah.
Everybody, even our team, the people who spoke on our team were amazing too. Everybody was just amazing, and that's the number was 1,200 of people who were there.
1,200 people. Yep.
Yeah.
Which is big. That's pretty big for an event.
Right. Yeah, because like David DiStefano called me last night while we were at my daughter's basketball game. I'm like, "Are you serious?" You know, the founder of the company. So he's like, "Hey, Derek," you know, like we're old friends, you know. And he was just telling me like stuff about his personal life, and we were talking about the event, kind of like just what do they call that? Like what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
We were just
Recap?
talking, yeah, kind of like a recap of the event, but that's not the word I was looking for. But yeah, we were just talking about things, and that's when he told me those numbers that we had 1,200. You know, there about a third of them was our team alone, and you know, we are doing something here. Wine Warriors is onto something. You know, what we are doing is working. So if you're not growing as fast as you would like, and you're watching this, plug into, you know, the people that are growing the fastest, honestly, they are engaged on this team. They're making comments, they're actively pursuing the knowledge, they're reading the files, they're going to YouTube, they're looking stuff up. You have to be actively engaged.
And they're commenting on posts in the team and staying engaged and staying involved.
Right.
I feel like there's a direct correlation between people that are absent in the team and people that are moving forward with this thing. You see comments and you're like, okay, yep, they're actively engaged and hey, they're growing. But you see people that aren't commenting at all. They're not welcoming people. They're not, you know, staying engaged in the team. And
those are the ones those are the.
Oh, they're frozen. Frozen. Who wants a screenshot?
Right.
Y'all
Can you hear us?
Yep, there you go.
whoa! Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah, it is bad here, you guys. Like power keeps going in and out. What?
I was just looking at something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, quick. Any questions, more questions, or not questions, but
Yeah.
anybody else want to talk about how they felt after they left that event or anything else like that?
Yeah,
I see Trip.
I wanna-
Go ahead. I see Trip raising his hand. Go, Trip. Then I'll go.
Yeah. No, I want to add something because I see a lot of people saying, well, I see these people are having success because they came from another MLM or they came in with a lot of friends, or the diversity on stage was all over the place. You had
Yep.
high school dropouts, you had former MLM badasses, and everybody in between. And so the only difference is they're doing it. They're doing the action. They're putting in the work. They're not just reading, you know, motivational quotes all day and pumping themselves up. They're actually doing the work. And so I just wanted everybody to know that anybody can do this. And it was very apparent at that event that, you know, it didn't matter where you're from, if your friends drink wine or not, you know, how you were raised, whatever. I see all kinds of excuses, but really it's just they're the ones taking the action.
Exactly. White, black, blue, yellow,
I know.
old, young,
Pink polka dot.
pink, whatever. Like everybody can be successful in this, and that is what makes us so. And Kevin Thompson talked about that too.
Yeah.
He said this product is so like it transcends all demographics. Every demographic you can think of.
Sex, age, culture.
Everybody drinks
Doesn't matter.
wine, and that is just not true with any other network marketing company. Like the one that we came from, you know, the demographic was young, blondes, like and most fitness companies are. That's just the way it is. I'm not saying anything bad about that,
Right.
but that's who rises to the top really quickly. Is just young, cute little, skinny little blondes, and that's not true here because look at the top 12. Not true. We had Nina and Austin and
Matt,
Jefferson and Matt, and he's like what 50 in his high 50s at least.
Right.
Like and yeah. So it's incredible. The product we have is the best product ever. So absolutely.
Thanks, Trip.
Anybody else?
And hey, Trip, I just gotta say it was awesome meeting you, man. I already met Danielle. We're old friends. We go way back. It was great seeing you again, Danielle.
I know. I was super bummed I didn't get to talk to Sherry, but every time I turned around, there was somebody talking to her, so she's a popular.
I know. I really wish, I don't know. I wish the event would have been longer so I could at least sit down with people and actually talk.
I know. I was so bummed I didn't get to meet Tripp. I didn't even know he was there. That's how.
I didn't either.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Next
Trip
time.
was probably tucked away having a drink somewhere. So what else? Who else? I can't even see who's here. I can see like
The
three other
thing,
people.
I have to say, the thing that gives me goosebumps, and I won't talk long, is sometimes God will isolate you to insulate you. That like stuck
Yes.
with me so much. I was like, oh my God, that was so powerful. Because
Yeah.
you can't worry about, if you're in another business and you're like, people are talking crap, you got to just like shut that crap out. Because honestly, if you're made to do great things, if you do not have haters, you are not doing something right.
Yeah.
So you have to have haters to be successful. That's just how it goes. And you have to get over that. But that was like my best thing. I mean, that will stick with me forever. Like that will stick with me. It was awesome.
Sweet. Who else?
I'll speak. Brandy
Lisa,
took one of my things, but that's okay because everybody's seen that, I think, already by now. But one of the other things that stuck out to me, like I've met Nina twice now, because I went to the Philly event and I got to spend a little bit of time with her. And then I met her again, obviously out in Vegas. And one of the things that really stuck out to me, which happens to be a place where I struggle, is she reads a personal development book a week. A week.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to read a personal development book a week because clearly, if you want to be them, you need to duplicate them. I mean, I feel like, and I've been in many other businesses, and I talk good, and I know what I got to do or whatever, but there's something about this business. Even when I went to that event, and I've been to many different events with many different companies, hands down, no doubt about it, I never felt out of place. I never felt like I didn't belong. I never felt like I'm just that little peon that is, everybody just knows her name and she ain't anybody worth talking about. Like, never felt any of that. You could go and talk to every single person that you wanted to. And I can promise you that he'll talk to, because I did Jefferson question today about his training that he did there. And he responded back to me and clarified something for me. Like, these people will talk to you. I mean, I've never been in a company where anybody will talk to you. It doesn't matter who the heck you are, because from the top down, everybody wants you to succeed at the end of the day. And that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just mind-blowing to me.
Well said. And that goes with what Alina Pace just said. She said, everyone here is genuine, like all the people at the event, that's just a breath of fresh air. And one thing about David DeStefano, our founder, like, it was so nice meeting him. Like, and this guy, I mean, you would meet him for 5 minutes, and he would literally give you the shirt off his back if it would benefit you, and he would do anything, and not because you're a part of direct sellers, and not because you're contributing to his company and things like that, but because he's just that kind of a person. Like, it's so obvious. I've been in nursing before. I've been in networking, for a lot of years. I can get a pretty good sense of people when I'm with them. Their genuineness. And David was like, he was tearing up the whole time. Every time you meet, he's like, "Thank you so much." He's just like, I almost starts crying every time he talks to you. He just, and it's so nice to be in business with people like that. And PJ has a completely different personality, but the same genuine, heartfelt. Where he would do anything for you too. He's just different than David is. He's his own person. But and Johnny G too, our compliance director. The first time we met him,
he is awesome.
He
guys.
is.
He is a ball of fun.
We were backstage with him waiting to come out, and he's like just talking, making jokes and stuff. I mean, it was so nice. And something happened too. I'm not going to say what or to whom or whatever, but. One of our members, we were in Vegas, so, go figure. They were drinking, a little bit more, and they probably should have been having fun. Well, he noticed, and he went over there, and there were a couple guys around this person. He's like, "Get out," like, move away, keep rolling. And he helped this person. He made sure that they got to their room, that they got, that they were safe and everything. You don't have to do that kind of thing. But, things like that. It just, there's, 1,000 of those types of examples all weekend where they just honestly care about what's going on here. And they're looking out for our best interests as independent business people here too. They're not just nice guys, even though they are. They are looking to help us to build a really big business. So, it's nice having them in our corner, and I loved it. So, anyone else?
Hey, Sherry and Derek. It's Christine and Michael.
What's up?
Hello.
How are the newlyweds?
Hi. Cheers.
Cheers.
I
wish I could see you. I don't know where you're at.
Oh,
No. Huh?
you guys treated us fabulously. We did not intend for a free reception out of it all, but PJ like rock stars. We just were like, hey, we're gonna be in Vegas, and while we're there for DC, Michael's like, why don't we just get married first by Elvis? And I said, hell no. But when he got serious about it, I said, sure, why not? Make the best of the trip. But when we showed up at the launch cocktail party, still in our wedding gear, it turned out to be the most amazing, best reception we could ever ask for, and you guys were the best. We love you much. It was awesome. I mean, we didn't even plan it that way, and it just made it that much more special. So we really appreciate it and learned so much. I like what Matt Monroe said. He said, and I might mess up his quote, but he said, network marketing is a speedboat for winners, not a life raft for losers. Right. And I was like, yeah, that is totally. I was with the other MLM that we all talk about, health and fitness. I'm still with them. They haven't booted me yet. And I'm like direct sellers all over, so I don't know why. But I'm only an emerald with them, so I guess that's fine. But and the other thing was, like I think it was who just said, I think it was Nicole was saying, it everybody made us feel important, each and every one of us. Like nobody was better than the other. Right. How many times in the other company do you get to hobnob with the top of the company, the PJ, right. The Peter, we got to meet all of them, and they all took the time to say hi to everybody. They didn't act like they were, too good, didn't have the time to say hi. So it was great. It was great that I liked most of all, in comparison to my other MLM experiences, is that he said, although we're wine warriors and we're the best team,
right?
We're all a team. They kept saying we're one big team. There is
not one big team.
Yeah, but in the past that's not been the thing. It was more competition.
Oh yeah.
And it's not here, and I love that more than anything. He's like, you are all direct sellers, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Awesome. Yeah, it was great meeting you guys. I'm so glad you shared your
I'm
wedding day
so
with us.
happy.
What's up, man? We see you guys now.
I'm so happy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, it was a blast.
I'm happy you guys came in your wedding stuff too, and you didn't change first.
We were going to.
We did all the best.
Yeah, that was it. We had another couple get married on our team there.
We did.
Yeah, and we ran into them earlier. It was so cute because they told us, hey, we were going to do that too. And we told them, do it. Don't even think twice. And they apparently did later. So that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Yep. So, well, now, anyone else? Anyone else want to speak up?
We could take one more person if they want to talk a little bit.
I'll say something.
Sweet.
What's up, Carrie?
Hey.
We flew home with her and flew there with her, but
yeah. Random. It's just kind of what everyone has already said, but just to reiterate how awesome the atmosphere was. It was just totally different from our other company and other things that people have been in. Hey, Lauren. She was rotating. It's totally different atmosphere. And even though I have not met a lot of these people before in person. We met in person for the first time, and I liked what Judy said when she posted online. She was like, they're like our squeal buddies. It's like those women that you, or people that you see, and you're like, oh my God, and they hug you, that kind of thing. It was just awesome to see people that just only from Facebook, and to feel like you've known each other for years already, just because of this, how awesome this team is and how much we bond, and it really feels like family, and it feels like a totally different thing than before. And just to kind of reinforce that, I remember when we were all sitting at dinner for sushi, and we found out how Austin paid, the bill for us, and everybody started crying for us because we're all, big saps.
We were all
yeah. We were all crying because it was just an amazing gesture of generosity, and I never would have expected that from anyone before, but especially from the other company as well. It was just something that was so unexpected, but so kind-hearted. And now that we know him a lot better, I'm like, you know what, that is Austin. That is something that he would do, and that is something that this team would do for each other as well. And I went up to him and I hugged him, and I told him thank you. And I said, one day I'm going to do that for my team too. And instead of being like, oh, cool, you'll do that, whatever, he was like, let's do it together. There was no like, we're separate. Everything was together, and it's just a big team. And I love it. Absolutely love it.
Austin, he is a lover. Austin is a lover. He loves on everybody. He loves everybody. He will do anything for anybody. He would give, the shoes off his feet and the shirt off his back, like both at the same time. Just take it. Take it. I'll go buy new. Like, he is like.
We couldn't possibly be hooked up with anyone better in the company.
No. He is cream of the crop.
Yeah.
For real. Like,
for sure. And I'm so glad that you guys just happened to pick him out of the two top.
I know. Hey, everything happens for a reason. It just
for sure
worked out great. And and he says that he has the same gratitude. He's like, and also he's so funny, I'm like, I'm so glad I found you, when I was looking for someone here, and he's like, I gotta be honest with you, I'm glad you found me too. But we'll lay back, after my Austin, but then he laughs. His sense of humor is hilarious. I love him. But we have a great team all the way from top, and there is no top down here. We're all together.
Yeah,
and that's kind of been the message of the whole weekend, and it's absolutely true. And,
I have to say hi, and I love you guys.
What's up, Lauren?
Lauren?
I'm like, I can't let everybody else say something, and I can't say nothing.
Right? Let me tell you guys something. Lauren, me, Derek, Trey, Kaylee, and Danielle, and Ashley Austin, we sat in the hotel lobby from 11 a.m., well, even sooner than that, I think. 9:30, 9:30 to when we left at 9 o'clock. We literally sat in the hotel lobby for 12 hours.
Me too, girl.
And Carrie?
Yeah, Carrie. 12 hours just sitting there bullshitting.
Right.
For 12 hours in the lobby. Like, who does that?
In Vegas. We could have went to the Strip. We could have done all kinds of things.
And time flew by. Like, it was the fastest 12 hours I think I've ever, like, we were having so much fun just sitting there talking to each other and bonding. And, of course, we were drinking some mimosas and Long Islands and all that stuff. But it was awesome. It was.
I really loved that part of our day too, because like Derek said, we could have gone to the Strip, we could have done events, we could have gone shopping, but instead we sat there. We sat there. About the business.
It was like a debriefing of the weekend.
Yes. And we would have never ended up at Nobu if we weren't sitting there.
Right.
It was like totally meant to be that.
Up in Nobu, and Austin paid a
fortune.
$3,000 bill. So
I just wanted to add this one thing. One of the things that really stood out to me is when I think it was the optometrist, Dr. Paul. He was talking about the alignment of your vision and your words, and he was making sure that we understood that the alignment between your words and your vision is magic. So like if you're saying one thing and your vision's this other way, then it's not going to connect. But that's what's happened here. Like the alignment has happened between, the vision and our actions and our words. And then that's all that needs to happen. So like, I think it's so easy to overcomplicate it. But I think the alignment is, I mean, like if your car is not aligned correctly, you're going all over which way, right? So like, so if you are on the straight and narrow and like you've got your vision set and your words are, that's why I think a lot of these moments have been kind of magical. Like even though we're all just sitting around, like we all of our visions, all of our words and actions were aligned for 12 hours, whatever it was, like, and magic happened. So like it's not by coincidence, like it's because you line people correctly and things happen. So
yes,
nice.
I just wanted to bring that up. So
thank you.
So yeah, I don't know about you guys. We'll finish with this, but I don't know about you guys. But we have our goals in place for where we want to be in October, come New York City, as far as how many people we want on our team, how many master sellers.
I don't know if you guys saw the goals that I wrote in the team. I didn't do like a separate post. So just to let you know where our vision is at and where we are going as a team, come October, we will have 20,000 people on our team. We will have over 500 master sellers on this team. And Derek and I will be making over $20,000 per week, which means you guys are going to be making shit tons of money as well. So I'll just put it that way. And there was one other thing. What was it? I can't remember.
We're going to have in New York City.
Oh, in New York City, we're going to have, well, I said 5,000 people in New York City, but that's probably a little overdoing it. I'm thinking 2,500 people from our team in New York City. So who thinks we can do it?
I'm owed a phone call.
Yes, you are. I know. We got to do that.
Yeah, set the goal high, 10x rule, right? So 5,000. Just stick with 5,000.
We got it.
I think they said at the event that they were looking for a venue that would hold 6,000. I think they're going to find that that's not going to be enough.
It probably won't be enough, to be honest. It probably
Not
won't.
after this weekend and the encouragement and everything. It's going to be way bigger.
Hey, but the point of that is you guys have got to set your own goals. You can't just vaguely say, well, I'm going to be a lot bigger by then. That's not going to do any good.
Right.
You've got to set numbers. There's power in that and magic in setting those words and numbers, putting it to paper, and then just like Matt Morrow said, get after it. You've got to set concrete numbers. If it seems ridiculous, then
it's probably good.
Then you need to raise it a little bit more until it's really ridiculous, and then you're probably onto something.
Go ahead, Brandy, share yours.
Oh, do you want to hear mine? Well, Nicole said mine was way too elephant-like.
Elephant.
It was like, wow, that's an elephant or something. She said, what are you trying to do? Give me a heart attack? I wrote down a bunch of goals.
Go ahead, Brandy. Tell us.
Let's hear it. Well, I told you already. I don't know if everybody else wants to really hear though. But.
No, they need to hear.
I will be a top 10 income earner. I'm thinking about putting 5. I will be talking on stage, but it'll be a little bit. I will be on stage for. I don't know what it is yet. I will have. I think I wrote that down.
Shoes on or off?
My shoes will be off because that's just always going to happen.
Jerry lost hers.
I lost my shoes.
Yeah.
That's a whole other story.
I want 100 people from my team there, and I want at least 25 master sellers.
Oh, it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
You've added to that in the last hour.
Actually, the last I did, I have it right here in my book.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anybody else? Like, it's getting close to an hour. I don't like to go over an hour because then people start to like lose focus. So, all right.
Just make sure Left Brain sets me a message tomorrow.
Yeah, you got to send Nicole a message.
Yeah.
She wants to come up with her plan.
I need the Left Brain side of the powerhouse.
Got it.
All right, guys. Have an awesome, awesome night. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.